Hi, we're back. I'm not really going to go too far into this because we did it all earlier in another video. But current blood sugar is 9.7. I've gone up. I went up over to 10.5, and now I'm down at 9.7. So hopefully it'll come down to a nice even level. Okay? This little number up here, I mentioned before, was saying 23 hours left on a sensor. How long do sensors last? Medtronic right now lasts 7 days, which to me is okay. Every week you change it once, whenever you want to. They do suggest earlier in the morning because then you can go through your 2-hour warm-up. And new advanced sensors are on their way. Right now, this is what we have to deal with. Calibrations used to be you always had to do them 2 days. Don't need to worry about that now because every time I do a blood sugar, it uploads. So four times a day, breakfast, lunch, dinner, and bed. Time and range, 75, 23, 75, 8.9. This is still stable, so that's a plus. Today, I want to talk to you about bad treatments. When you have a bad treatment plan from your doctor and how to go about getting it changed. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Okay, so you've gone to your doctor, your annual checkup. He takes a look at all your results and he comes up with plans on how to better care for your diabetes. Now, we all have stories of terrible plans that they've tried on you and didn't work. For me, when I was in the hospital, they tried growth hormones to see if it could combat my blood sugars. Didn't really do a damn thing. So, what we need to do is talk about these. Your doctor may say, well, what about this? I would have to say from experience that a lot of times we are prejudiced. And we are prejudiced because diabetics in human nature get into the same routine over and over and over again. But we have to get over that and say, okay, I'll give it a try. And when you give it a try, give it a try. Don't just kind of go, oh, well, yeah, this doesn't work for me. You try it once, it doesn't really work for me. Insulin dosing can be difficult. You need a couple of days to get the old amount of insulin out of you and your body assimilated to the new dose you have. The only time I would really honestly suggest you stop giving the dose is if you have a number that is way out there and is dropping all the time or is sending you very high blood sugars. But how do you tell your doctor this plan isn't working for you? You're not going to sit there and wait until they come up with a new plan. So, first of all, if you're trying a plan, I'd say give it at least 3 days. If you're giving it your all out, and only you will know if you're truly giving it all out or if you think it was a load of malarkey. Mine was doing shots at different times and different meals. My doctor came up with no carbs at breakfast. I had 2 eggs. That was it. Lunch, I could have a bit more. It usually ended up in the hospital being a salad. And then dinner, you could have more. And then at bed, just load up on carbs. Didn't really work for me. So eventually we gave it a try. We gave it like 3 weeks of trying. And eventually I said, I think I need a little bit more at breakfast. And she kind of agreed and we moved on. But if a plan isn't working for you, take it back to who helped you design it. Your endocrinologist, your GP, your diabetic nurse, and say, this isn't working for me. I can call my diabetic nurse. I can text her. I can do the same for my endocrinologist. It may not be an answer right at that very moment, but there certainly will be an answer forthcoming. Keeping your body changing all the time is not necessarily the best. If you're trying to work out basal rates, you've got to give it time to work, same as you do for shots. And having something that isn't working for you, you need to discuss it with your doctor. And the first thing you should be asking yourself is, am I doing it exactly right? Or did I mishear what he said or she said? But so often people keep thinking, you know what? This just doesn't work. No, totally forget about it. I'm not going to do this. And then they'll go off. 3 days is sort of where I personally would suggest that you need to take to decipher if something's going to be working. That's the minimum. But keeping it for 6 months until you see the doctor again can be ludicrous, especially if you're getting lows or you're really going high. You don't want to leave things till the end. Pure and simple. But bad treatments are not bad treatments. They're just treatments that don't work for you. And that could be another veil. Oh, I don't like doing that, so I'll just tell him it didn't really work for me, and that'll be the end of it. But are you stunting your growth as a diabetic to where you're not going to achieve that greatness? You notice again, I did not say perfection, but keeping your blood sugar in line is what all doctors, all diabetic nurses, all dietitians are trying to do. Here, the dietitian has tried different things. They didn't always work, but a lot of them have. I think the plan we came up for Lowe's is working for me. The pump is working for me. We changed the programming. There's always something we change. And again, that's fine tuning. It's not that your doctor doesn't know what they're doing. They really don't want to do everything. Just excuse me for a sec. Oh, that's better. It's again trying to come out and find something that works for you. And you need to be able to accept this and deal with it. If you've honestly gave it an all-out try, call him back, leave a message and say, or write a text or email him or whatever, and say, this really isn't working. He may have a different approach to try. So, here, things don't always work. Pure and simple. Moving in here a year ago, actually, and I had 3 days of lows where I just dropped and I was sort of really out of it. And equivalent to a GP came in here and said, well, they're really wanting to have them do the shot. You could work the pump, but any of the shots they want to do here for safety. We want to be for your safety. In other words, they're thinking, you're taking too much insulin. And I said, no. I have done more shots in my life than you probably have done in your whole career. I didn't say it in those exact terms, but the sentiment was there. And we kept going. I straightened myself out. I went months before I had another medical emergency. At that time, it was high. So all of a sudden, I don't take any insulin after taking too much. It couldn't be anything with absorption or anything, could it? But if you don't agree, at least give it a try. It would have just been, no, I need more insulin. Oh no, you're taking too much. We'll have to call the doctor. And, it would have just been around. I've played that game before. So I continued on, and it worked out. Bad treatments are not bad treatments. They may not be a treatment that works for you. Remember that. Contact your doctor if something isn't working. And with that, have a super day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye now. My email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com.